Hey, what's up everybody? Mike here, and today it is time for the Monday Q&A. I want to thank all of you for joining me. I do appreciate it. As you can see, I'm not in my normal set for videos, and that's because I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, reorganizing, moving things around, and the area where I record videos is missing the table because of all the comic books. So I'll get it set up soon so I can do traditional videos like I have been. But until then, I'll be doing videos at my computer, and I also apologize for the delay in this video. I'm running a bit behind this week due to everything that's going on. But let's go ahead and start answering these questions. Question number one comes from Tennille. He says, "Hey Michael, why do you kind of look Amish? What is your background of your ancestors?" Um, because I mentioned Amish cheese in the last video, I look Amish now. Honestly, my ancestors are all over the place. We're basically mutts, but the two main nationalities, or whatever you want to call it, from my background are Irish and German. Chris B asked, "I'm about to finish my first FBA shipment. Do I need to bubble wrap every item before I ship it?" Hey Chris, you do not need to bubble wrap every item. The only thing that matters when you're sending in a shipment is that everything gets there safe. So make sure you pack the box full of filler. It needs to be single sheets of paper, bubble wrap, no packing peanuts or shredded paper, and pack it tight. You don't have to wrap individual items. Just make sure that it all gets there safely and you'll have no issues whatsoever. Question number 3 comes from John, and he asks, "Do you have a daily process you go through from start to finish? For instance, sourcing, packing, additional learning, reading, or people you might follow?" Hey John, this is a really good question. My daily routine is very sporadic, and not because it's not organized, but because business is very all over the place. One day you need to focus on this, the next day something comes up and you need to focus on that. Life in general is unpredictable. So if you have a set schedule, you're going to have a hard time fulfilling it, especially if you make videos and sell and you're on Facebook. You know, there's a lot of things I'm part of, and it really is hard to keep up with them all. So for me, I have a general guideline of what I try to accomplish each day. Before I go to bed, I'll write myself some kind of to-do list, some kind of goal, some kind of motivation for the next day, and I work on it. You know, I also have issues where there's days where I don't feel like doing anything, or I don't feel good, or my mentality isn't that great. You know, not that I specifically like suffer from depression or anything, but there's days where I'm not that driven, and then there's days where I get so much done it's unbelievable. For instance, when I got the comic books in, I had them sorted and alphabetized in just like a few hours of work because I hustled ass. So for me, it's about taking each day one step at a time and moving forward. As long as you're moving forward at some pace, it's better than not doing anything. Question number 4 comes from Jonathan. He says, "I have 2 questions. What is your work process to create the best title for a product, and what do you do when a product does not sell?" I actually have a formula I follow for product titles for the most part, and it goes something like brand name, condition, color, any other notable things from that piece of clothing, video games, any keywords that are important. And then at the end, if the title is too short, I'll make sure I fill it in with very specific details. In general, you want the title to be filled, and if you can come up with a formula that's good for that, it'll really help you out. For clothing, on my sheet that I use, I actually have specific formulas I use to make the title. That way you can just go down the list and then make the title out of it. Now, in general, the title, you want it to be strong keywords and exactly what it is. So you need to let people know if it's brand new, let them know what color it is, let them know what brand it is, let them know exactly what they're looking for when they're typing in keywords. Now, as far as when products aren't sold, typically I'll either auction them off or throw them out. I have a point of sale system, so I can scan them out of my system, and I try to get rid of everything within 3 months. So if an item sits for 3 months, I'll auction it off. If it doesn't sell at that point, it's going to be garbage. I'll donate it or whatever. And that is to keep space clear and keep from getting behind and cluttered. Now, I'm willing to accept that loss, and for the most part, I don't have things that sit around that long. Chris asks, first, a business question. What do your loved ones think about what you do? Second, a non-business question. What game are you looking forward to most this gen? Hey Chris, thanks for the questions, and thanks for being so active, buddy. You've been around for a long time, so I really do appreciate it. My loved ones have mixed feelings about it. I feel like there's certain people in my family that doubt me and they think that I'm going to fail, or they think I'm full of shit. And when I say I sell online, they just look at me like, okay. But I think for the most part, I'm educated enough that people don't doubt me too extremely because I'm pretty well spoken. I know what the hell I'm talking about because I study it, and I'm very passionate about it. As you guys know, I just love business. It's not a joke. I'm sitting at dinner with my family talking about how much money I made for the day on sales, and they're just like, please shut the hell up, we don't care. Because not everyone has the same passion for something like maybe you do. So, my mom is super supportive. She always has been, so I appreciate her so much. She constantly tells me she knows I'm going to make it, and she backs me 100%. My father, for a while, I think he was a bit skeptical, but he's been more intrigued now that I tell him exactly what's going on. I showed him my YouTube channel and how well it's doing, and I think he's more on board than he used to be, and I think he really does support me, although he's not so involved in the process because I maybe don't see him that much. As far as video games, honestly, Chris, as sad as it is to say, I haven't kept up with video games very well. I will tell you one game I know I'm absolutely looking forward to because I love the series and I love the original game so much is Kingdom Hearts 3. The original Kingdom Hearts was a perfect mix between RPG, action game, and Disney characters. It was just a fantastic, fantastic series. The game was so phenomenally well made, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Michael asks, I've been doing FBA for about a month now, and I keep having to write down all of my numbers, my sales, my spending, and it's getting very tedious. What can I do about this? What software can I use to solve this problem? Now, I did answer this in the comments, but I want to answer this for everyone. You don't need any software if you can't afford it for FBA. Amazon has built-in reports. All you have to do is wait till the end of the month, print your report for the entire month, and it breaks everything down. It breaks down your gross income, your net income, your profit after all of the fees and shipping, and even the returns and back charges and everything else involved. They give you a completely free, entirely full report that you would ever need to do your bookkeeping. I use the point of sale system, PHP point of sale, and I have a system designed that it works perfectly with Amazon FBA. But you can easily do this with just printing up reports and keeping track, maybe on an Excel spreadsheet or something similar. Deski asks, I hope I pronounced your name right, sorry if I didn't. I am selling video games and I have hundreds of video games that have scratches and I haven't listed them. Do you know of any quick way to test the game to see if it's working? There is a quick way to test disc games, but it's very expensive and they're not very readily available. There is a drive you can buy for your computer that you put games in quickly and it reads if the information is available, thus deciding if they would work or not. In general, besides that, you need to have the console and you need to sit down and test every game. There's no way around it. So either sell them as untested, which you can do, or test each one to get full value for them. That's your choice, but if you're going to get in the video game market, that's something you should be expecting. And then the last question was from the Picking Diary. He asked if he would be able to take his delivery directly to Amazon's warehouse since he lives nearby. He did respond saying that he found out you can't do that because they only accept registered carriers. I did have something to say about this. If your business got big enough, you could potentially register yourself in the state as a carrier, and then that would get you around Amazon's structure. So they might allow you to bring some kind of van, unload your stuff, and leave it there, which would save you a lot of money in the long run if you have a big business and you can register your stuff as some kind of delivery service. But that's probably quite technical. You need to talk to a lawyer and figure it out. But to my knowledge, you cannot do that. But I think your UPS rates would probably be phenomenal anyways. So I would just ship it through UPS. Hey everyone, I just want to thank you for participating. That was an absolute ton of questions, so thanks so much. Probably the most we had in months. If you have questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'll make sure to get to them next week. I promise I'm working on so many big things right now, and there's so much good stuff to come for all of you and myself in the near future. So thanks so much for the support. You guys truly rock. We're about to hit 6,500 subs. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'll see you guys very soon.